Hi everyone. So I tried filming this video yesterday, but I was very rambly, I feel. So I decided to just try and relax a little bit, make a list of what I want to talk about actually, and then sit down and film this again. And that's what I'm doing right now. The problem probably was that it's a topic where it just really means a lot to me, and it's important to me because it's a topic that is very present all over the place actually, and that's actually cruelty-free beauty versus animal testing on makeup and beauty products. And for me, it's something that I don't understand why so many companies still do test on animals, and why they don't just say, okay, you know what, there are so many other options to make sure that our products and the ingredients are not harmful to people. So I don't understand why they still test on animals, and that is something that really bothers me, because in the end animals are so different from us that those results do not necessarily mean that it's the same for us. So to me, that is something that I just can't wrap my head around it, so I don't want to support this any longer. And it's just, if I think about the images that you get when you think about makeup and animal testing, you always probably have that picture in your mind with maybe a bunny or a dog with lipstick and mascara on and all that stuff, and that's just not how it's done. These procedures are so cruel and bad for the animals that I don't want to support those companies any longer, because I don't feel like it's right. So I've decided to actually work through my makeup collection and go cruelty-free. So for me, that means I will not throw away the products that I've already spent money on. I would much rather try to figure out what to do with those products, maybe find appropriate dupes that I can also tell you guys about. So that it is, for me, it will be a slow process, because like I said, I don't want to throw those products out, because I have spent money on that. It was money that I earned working hard for that money, and yeah, I don't feel it would be right, because that would be wasting money, and I don't want to do that either. If I have new products, I might see if I can find good homes for those products. But with products that I've had around for years and that I've used up for a good part, I don't see why giving away would help anyone. For one, I wouldn't want, for example, a lipstick that only has like a teeny tiny bit left. So I'm just gonna, I'll just be using those products up, and with everything else, I'll figure out what I want to do and where I'm going to give those products to, because I honestly don't have any friends around here where I know they like makeup, they like using makeup, who would use those products up for me, and who would just be happy to get them, because they don't use makeup. So but from now on, that also means that I will not be buying makeup from brands that are not cruelty-free anymore. For me, it means I will steer clear of brands like L'Oreal, Maybelline, all the big drugstore brands basically that are available all over the place. I will not be able to purchase from these companies anymore, but I don't really mind, because I know that there are other drugstore drugstore brands with makeup that are cruelty-free, where I can easily get products from, so why not purchase from those companies? What I would like to actually put out though, and really stress, is that I am relatively new to this, although I have researched for approximately 2 months now, just to figure out how it works and what exactly animal testing means and all that. So I will still be making mistakes, and I know that I'm aware of that, and I hope that you will not be upset if I make a mistake. I would really appreciate it, however, if you would tell me in a nice way, hey, you know what, you bought that product and you might think it's cruelty-free, but it actually is not. It would be nice if you did that for me, honestly. But like I said, I will make mistakes. I'm not going to go cruelty-free and vegan at the same time, because for one, going vegan on my makeup when I'm not vegan myself seems odd to me. But if I can find good cruelty-free and vegan makeup, why not use that? So, you know, it'll be a balance. I will focus on being cruelty-free, but I will not focus on both together. If I find products that are both, I will definitely mention that, so that if you're interested in that, you can take a look at those products. But for the most part, I'm focusing on going cruelty-free right now. And yeah, of course, for me, it is something that I would really appreciate it if you see me use a product that isn't cruelty-free, where I think, and I say, as far as I know, it is cruelty-free. Please let me know. Leave me sources where you research your products, because that is helpful to me. Now, that does not mean that you will not see any non-cruelty-free makeup on this channel anymore, for the simple reason that I still have so much. In fact, I went through my inventory the last few days, and I marked every single item that I have that is not cruelty-free in a different color, just to make sure that I can see them up front and that I can use them up and just pick those items for future project pans. Because if I can't get a new home for those products, I will be using them up, because I don't want to throw them out. I don't want to throw money out the window. So you will still see those products, but they will be part of project pans. They might be part of a tutorial here and there, for the simple reason that I'm working on those products. If it's a mascara, for example, I don't want to have too many mascaras open. So I will most likely have the non-cruelty-free mascaras open for the first time. And after I've used all those up, and after they have dried out and all that, or if I don't like them, I'll just throw them out in the first place, because I don't see the point in using mascaras that don't work. But anyway, I'm rambling again. So you will still see non-cruelty-free makeup, but I will mark those products, and I will figure out how I'm going to do that. I just haven't thought about that yet. I might add an asterisk to it, or I might add one of those wavy lines, you know, to it. I will figure it out. I will just make sure that I will mark consistently what products are not cruelty-free and what are, so that you can get a closer look at that and figure it out. And now, like I said, I went through my makeup inventory and I marked everything. In fact, I also copied all those products into a different spreadsheet, just to see and have them all at a glance as to what is not cruelty-free, so I can actually pick my project pan items from that particular list and not have to go through everything. Because for me, that might be easier. And basically what I would like to do with that whole process of making my makeup collection cruelty-free is I want to go slow and steady. I don't want to run into this and do it all at once, because I might be overwhelmed with that, because I have so much other stuff going on. If I just end up erasing all the non-cruelty-free items from my makeup list, I probably don't have much left. For example, with foundations, I think I have 3 cruelty-free foundations, but one is way too dark for me, so I have to figure out what to do with that. And I have one that I haven't checked out yet, and one that is almost half gone. So I will go slow and steady, and I will, while I'm working on it, try to find dupes for the products that I end up liking color-wise or consistency-wise. And that will be the way I will go about this. I'm going to go from having all these products together. I will go step by step, and I will go and I will now use up get rid of the items in my collection that are tested on animals, because I know those companies themselves, the companies that have their name on those products, test on animals. I'll take those out. And from then on, I'm going to work my way through everything and try to decide what is okay for me and what isn't. Let's take Urban Decay, for example. Urban Decay was cruelty-free for the longest part. They were a wonderful company that was against animal testing. They then were sold to L'Oreal. L'Oreal is a company that tests on animals. But Urban Decay still does not test on animals, and they in fact were once debating on selling in China, which would have meant that they had to test on animals, but the public outcry was so big that they pulled back. They decided, okay, we're not selling in China. We are going to stick with the cruelty-free company ideal that we have going. And I think that is something that maybe should be supported as well, because if those companies do not get the support anymore, because they might be owned by a parent company that tests, and they might eventually decide that they are going to sell in China because they want to make more money. And I understand the idea of wanting to make more money, and if too many people pull out of buying Urban Decay, I figured maybe that is a way to see to keeping Urban Decay cruelty-free. And maybe it will also send a message to L'Oreal that being cruelty-free is a good thing, because it will get people to support that company. So what I'm trying to say is that for me, for now, I'm going to stick to companies that themselves are cruelty-free. If their parent company is not cruelty-free, I will take a note of that. And I will make sure to check back on those companies on a regular basis, just to make sure that those companies are still cruelty-free. Now, what I've been using as resources to figure out how it all works, how it is done, is I mostly went based off lists that I could find online. I did not go by the PETA list, because I have found out that apparently there is some controversy about the list and its accuracy. So I decided to actually go with lists that people take care of on their own, that are not from organizations necessarily. And for that, some of my most valued resources were Logical Harmony, which is both a website and they also have a YouTube channel. It's mostly Tashina who does the videos and the blog posts, as far as I'm informed. And there's also xoLoveLeti on YouTube. She created a Facebook group actually that is all for cruelty-free vegan makeup products and beauty products and all that. Just what is it called? Bunny-free lifestyle, I believe. So even there are even recipes that are shared on vegan and vegetarian products. So it's and dishes. So it's really interesting. It's a great source. If you are looking for a specific item, for example, I was looking for a cruelty-free foundation that I could easily get. So I just asked in that group and it helped me figure out some. That's why I right now have those 3 foundations at home, where one is too dark, but that's about to happen with my pale skin tone. But I have 2 foundations at home where I'm pretty sure that they might actually work for me. So that is a good starting point too. If you say, hey, you know what, I'm trying to find a cruelty-free mascara that works for my lashes and that is maybe waterproof. Just go to that list, and if you don't find any question that has been asked in a similar direction yet, ask your own question and you might get answers. You might get very good answers. You might get a lot of answers where you can actually try and pick which product works best for you. So that is very helpful. And then there's Phyrra, who she has a website also, I think a blog, but she's also on YouTube. She does YouTube videos as well. So those 3 sources were my main resource for the entire research. And of course there are more. There is the Leaping Bunny list that is very helpful. You can always download apps for your phone actually to see which brands are cruelty-free and which aren't, which I've done that too. I'm still trying to figure out how those different apps work, because I don't have a favorite app yet. My ideal dream would be an international bunny-free app. I don't know. Does that exist? If it does, please leave me a comment. I would love that. But yeah, I think in general there are many good resources, and I will list those, the ones that I have mentioned, I will list those down below in the info bar, so that you can actually take a look at them yourself and figure them out, because I think it's a very helpful resource. But for me, it's something that is important to me. But if you want to use those products, feel free to. I don't judge you. It is your own decision what you want to do. I will never ever be one to say, oh, but you have to do that this way. You can't do it any other way. It has to be this way. So I hope that this is also the way you will treat me, because it is something that cruelty-free makeup and beauty products, skincare items and the likes, that's important to me, because it is something that unwittingly, for a good part, actually has willed its way into my life without me noticing all that much. Because I may still have non-cruelty-free shampoos, for example, but those are the shampoos that I have had for I don't know how long, and I haven't used them in ages. They're just standing there pretty much going bad, because I have my Lush shampoo, which works perfectly for my hair. It's just ideal. And with primers, for example, I am currently using up the last little tube of of a non-cruelty-free primer, and then I will only have cruelty-free primers left. So looking at that, it's for me probably, while I still have a ton of eyeshadows and eye products that are not cruelty-free, in other areas of my collections I have many products that are cruelty-free, so I will be able to just transfer over easily in some areas. Other areas, like I said, they will be more difficult, but that is it. And I hope that you will, if you don't even have to support me, I would just appreciate it if you would not be mean about it, because for me it's something, if I think about our cat, I can't imagine anybody harming him. We've lost a cat before, and we were all very upset about it. We are still upset. In fact, I'm still looking. I'm looking for that cat because we don't even know what happened. So it is something that really is important to me, because it's a small way where we can maybe make a difference, because there are those non-cruel tests out there that don't harm animals, that don't harm anybody, and that do so much better of a job. So yeah, I would really like for this to be a very neutral and laid back and relaxed discussion, if you want to have one in the comments. But for all intents and purposes, I just wanted to let you know what my plan is for my near future, for my makeup collection, because it is something that will involve that will definitely come up in the next couple videos, because I've decided to actually move out some products of my current Project 30 pan and replace them with other items. And those items have the same amount of product that I need to use up. But I've decided that I have those cruelty-free products in my Project 30 pan, and I don't really feel like using them up and getting them out of my collection. I would much rather add in a non-cruelty-free product and get that out of my collection, and then see how I like the cruelty-free products and find a product that I want to use in the end, because then I can actually say, oh, you know what, I only have 2 mascaras left and I like this one mascara so much, I'm going to buy a backup of that one. Instead of saying, oh, well, you know what, I found this awesome mascara that is cruelty-free and I can't buy it right now because I have like 5 other non-cruelty-free mascaras at home and I don't want to have that many mascaras. That is how I will be going about it, and I hope you understand that, and I hope you will be nice about the process that this will mean for me, because like I said, it is difficult. It's not easy to always figure out right away which company is cruelty-free. I hope I did not ramble too much. I hope I can edit this down to a semi-short video, and I would really appreciate it if you have any more resources, for example, please leave them down below so I know where to look for it. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And I guess I will see you guys with my Project 30 pan, I believe, soon. Bye!